திரு ஆர்.என். ஸ்ரீனிவாசன் அவர்களின் சாதாரண பங்கு அசாதாரண லாபம் தமிழ் வடிவம் இப்போது கிண்டிலில் கிடைக்கிறது. இந்த புத்தகம் புதிய முதலீட்டாளர்களுக்கு பங்குச் சந்தை பற்றிய ஒரு அறிமுகமாக இருக்கும். இந்த புத்தகத்தை நீங்கள் கிண்டிலில் வாங்க விரும்பினால் வீடியோவின் கீழே இருக்கும் லிங்கை கிளிக் செய்யுங்கள்.
Today I wanted to talk about vaccines. Vaccines have been developed mainly in United States, Europe. China has a vaccine which nobody wants, and there is a vaccine from Russia called Sputnik. We have a vaccine called Covaxin, developed and made homegrown. But India's vaccine production has not ramped up to meet the requirements. The government was very slow in pushing approvals for foreign brands. Therefore, the American vaccines, Pfizer, Moderna, and from Johnson & Johnson, and the Russian vaccine, Sputnik, India felt in January that it had conquered the pandemic and had no need for vaccines from abroad. In fact, the Prime Minister claimed we were Vishwa Guru and supplier of vaccines to the entire world. But by allowing the Kumbh Mela and allowing elections in 5 states, we have ensured that the bonfire of the second wave has been truly lit. And today, the Economic Times reports that our vaccinations have fallen to a 2-month low. Going by this pace, by the time we vaccinate everybody, that is up to 40% of our population, it will be 1 year because simply no vaccines are available. Even in the city of Madras where I live, vaccines are not available for those who are below 45. In this scenario, Prime Minister Modi announced a month back that he would be giving a bridging approval to foreign vaccines. Sputnik was given the first vaccine even before Mr. Modi made the announcement, and the other vaccines were expected to flow into India. But it now looks like even Sputnik will be available in mass only in the month of June. And now, Mr. Adar Poonawalla, owner of Serum Institute, is now saying that he has no orders for vaccines. And the government then said they made place orders for vaccine on 28th April and expected it in first week of May. That never happens because it takes a lead time to procure raw materials and make vaccines. America for a long time had banned exports of raw materials. Mr. Poonawalla tweeted to Joe Biden asking for raw materials. Only about 5 days back has Joe Biden withdrawn the ban for raw materials. But the government has banned export of vaccines, and he's got legal notices from all over the world. Now Mr. Poonawalla is talking about setting up a second vaccine manufacturing plant in England to meet global requirements. He has also said that if given 3,000 crores, he can build new facilities in quick time to supply vaccines to India. We have to take him by his word. But in between, what has happened is Poonawalla has left India and gone and settled down in London and is not accessible. He now claims that there is threat to his life and prominent people are threatening him. The long and short is there is now going to be Covishield enough to vaccinate substantial portion of our population to break the chain. Even as I am talking to you, the dead body bags are piling up across North India. Lot of prominent personalities have passed away due to COVID. Tamil Nadu lost Traffic Ramasamy yesterday. There's a prominent actor who died today. Pandu died today. And the former Union Minister and son of Charan Singh, Chaudhary Ajit Singh, died yesterday because of COVID pandemic. So the pandemic is completely raging on all sides. The government does not have time. Crematoriums are running full. So India needs vaccines today. And today Pfizer is arguing with the Indian government on indemnity clauses. In indemnity clauses, suppose somebody gives a Pfizer vaccine and falls sick, you cannot file a case on Pfizer. The government has to take the risk. And also there are reports that oxygen concentrators have come to India. The customs is asking for big duty amounts to be paid. Only yesterday the government has reacted by waiving duty. So there are a lot of supply chain issues in bringing this stuff to India. This is on one side. Now the other thing is the progressive sides on the Western people, India and other developing nations have said, give us the formula, we will manufacture ourselves. But there are a lot of empty, like in Chengalpet in near Madras. There is a vaccine manufacturing plant of the government of India which is empty.
Correct. But what I'm also hearing is there's a shortage of vials and stoppers and glass bottles for these vaccines.
But
That is what is creating the bottleneck. It's actually not the capacity to manufacture. So if that is the case, we're releasing these patents is of no use because we don't have
but
the.
this is a pandemic. So if first and foremost, instead of manufacturing it in America and bringing it here, you can cut logistics if it's made in India. The problem is when India is signed up, there are two types of patents. One is product patent and a process patent. So if I make the same end product by a different process, then your patent is not valid. India, as a part of the Uruguay round, signed the product patent. So now we have patented products. Now, what we are saying is to speed up the process, WTO should do away with intellectual property rights for this pandemic, especially for COVID. This was started by India, China, and other Southeast Asian names. And then the progressive lawmakers from West also joined the chorus. Bill Gates controversially said that this cannot be done, claiming that Indians don't have the capability to manufacture. The question is not whether we have the capability to manufacture. The capability is how much money Bill Gates wants to make by buying into vaccine manufacturing companies.
So you're saying Bill Gates is profiteering from this.
Yes, he is. There's no doubt about it. Because he has made a pre IPO investment in one of these companies.
But he's also invested in Serum Institute and Bharat Bio.
That is part of a global coalition. So the real issue is this: why should we have intellectual property? We should have intellectual property because somebody has to investigate and invest in developing a medicine, which in normal times pharma companies should have. But these are abnormal times where officially more than 1 million people have died in the globe. Some are saying it's 3 million people have died across the world. This is including in India and China's official numbers. India's official numbers can be from anywhere between 20 to 50 times the actual number counted. And same is in China. So it means millions of people are dying across the world. And even the official count will take India to 1 million deaths by September. So this means that there has to be something done. So you cannot allow foreign companies to profiteer when others are dying. And in my opinion, the WTO is moving slowly. The initial proposal was made in October, and now the Americans have come on board. Now they are saying they will have a policy meeting in June 8th. But between now and June 8th, about 3-4 lakh people would have died in India alone. 1 million people will die in these 30 days. So WTO should be more proactive and ensure that vaccination should be done by as early as possible. So we are saying that today America has said yes, I will schedule a meeting in June, and it will come. But by the time it comes, the horse would have bolted the stable. Because yesterday we are talking about an Andhra Pradesh variant, which is 15 times more virulent, and more people are dying of it. That is, in 4 days from the time the virus comes to you,
Yes.
you are dead. When a country is suffering from lack of oxygen,
This also recovery is also happening. It's not to.
no.
Every person
I'm definitely 13 states, the numbers are coming down. 23 states, numbers are going up. Why don't we nationalize Serum Institute and Bharat Biotech?
That's a good idea. You are for it.
I'm for it for the short term. Say for next 1 year, whatever serum is making should be going to government of India. Because Adar Poonawalla has already bought one NBFC company and he has bought Policy Bazaar. Obviously, he's making a lot of money if he can swallow two big companies.
History of taking over such thing by nationalizing is never been good, no? You can
Yes,
Air India is
I agree. So, but I'm saying for a particular period of time, you take over the industry for 1 year. The diff-
Once the government moves it.
I don't, but that's what is required. This government is not even able to have a vaccine policy. Like Manmohan Singh said, you tell me how much you have ordered, how much have you paid for. See, the government budgeted 35,000 crores for vaccine. The total cost of vaccinating 40% of India is only 27,000 crores. And he is already saying you should pay for the vaccine. Like I paid for my vaccine, you paid for your vaccine. Because the primary health center didn't have, we put less pressure on the primary health center, we could pay for it. But now even private people don't have vaccine. Private hospitals have no vaccine. So the conclusion is this: if I take an economy like India, the cost of vaccine is less than 0.5% of my GDP. Today, already Standard and Poor is saying, which is a underestimation in mind, saying that we will grow only at 8.2% instead of 10%. That means you are losing 2.8%. They were talking of 11% growth. That was fanciful even before the pandemic. Now we have, then you said 0.2, 0.3, now you have jumped to 2.8. This is war. People are dying. People are dying every day. Your economy is sinking. What is the GDP? GDP is a sum total of the year's revenue. In 1920, if GDP was at 100 rupees, we have fallen to 90. And if you grow at 7%, you are going to be at 97. You have pushed the middle class income back by 5 years. 5 years from now, they will be making the same money that they were making in 19 and 20. If you don't spend 27,000 crores now, when will you spend 27,000 crores? It is absolute no-brainer. And yet, no, I'm urging the government, forget my political differences. I'm urging the government to spend the money, nationalize the damn thing, give it to the army, give it to guys like Dr. Reddy, and ask them to run it for 1 year so that our people can be saved and the economy can get back to even keel at least next year. Thank you for watching Be Rich. It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.